Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Coming to you from, almost said Boynton, Delray Beach, Florida. Been driving around. It was raining this morning. I was going to go on the beach and talk, and then I ended up driving around. And now I'm going to go to the gym and talk. How are you guys doing? Let's talk about this. Do you know that if you started getting your Social Security at 62 and you're wondering if you need to get that $500 or $600 or $700 more, you know, that you can wait by each year you delay up to 67 years old? We'll say that's the full retirement age now, because if you're born after 1960, it is. And you want to get that money now, 5 years early, I got the tip for you. That is, quit your job or have them put you down on part-time. Get that Social Security check, apply for it before you're 62. I think it's 3 months before. Apply for it, get it coming in, and then work this much, just a little. Let me tell you why you're going to want to work. People say, well, if you're still working, Tim, you're not retired. Well, let me tell you, I haven't worked all week and I'm missing it. I had this, I'm doing this side hustle where I do the sample products that I pass out at Publix, and I do alcohol demos with Publix and Total Wine and other places. And I've got some new companies that are asking me to do it for them. I've got 3 different places now. And I went through a little lull there for a week after being quite busy and making some good deposits, because I had worked, 7 out of 8 days for the company I work for out of Texas, having me work at the Publix and things, and Total Wine. And I got way more than that $600 or $700. Well, not a way more, but I got more than that. And I didn't even feel like I worked. I enjoyed it. You guys see me in my videos, right? I dress up in a nice little outfit. I go and I talk to people. I meet some very nice people. I enjoy conversations. And it gets me out of the camper. I live in a 16-foot camper. And what else you going to do? I mean, you're going to be bored out of your mind if you think that even at 67, that you don't want to do anything and you just want to sit around, and not work. Okay, you say, well, you're not going to sit around. You're going to go play golf or go visit your grandkids. That's great. Yeah, that's getting you out. Do that. Do those. I do that too. But this fact of keeping your faculties going and seeing a little money coming in all of the days of your life are a great self-esteem builder. You did something, you get paid for it. Now, you don't have to be a product demonstrator at a Publix. You might be a person that retired that has a lot more skills than I do with your hands, of which I have none. I always make the joke I can't build a doghouse. If you show me, I could, but I just don't think that way. I've been in sales my entire life. And if you can just get a part-time side hustle, washing cars, doing plumbing, working on cars part-time, if that's what you did, carpentry. Maybe you have a friend that needs an extra set of hands 3 or 4 times a month, and you could be his helper, and he could just pay you. Maybe maybe you could be a bridge tender. Maybe you could do deliveries and drive or be a limo driver, or you could do the airport thing or the hotel shuttle bus. Or, the list goes on and on, that most young people that need a full-time, higher-paying job because they got bills this high would not take or would not need, because these are just sort of, lower-end, lower-paying jobs. But guess what? If you put enough hours in, not that many, you can make, like falling out of bed, that money that you think that you're waiting for, that you're continuing to be in that prison working 40 hours a week at this dead-end job that, you don't like where you're going. You're having to pay gas. You're having to pay for lunches. You're having to You do all the stuff, maintenance on your car, all these things. And then you got the drama and the bosses, and you don't get any time off. You have to be there all the time. Somebody says, let's go do this, let's go play golf, or let's, go take a trip and see what you call it up in Atlanta. Let's say you live down here in Florida like me. Oh no, I can't. I got to work. I got to work till Friday. Come on, quit that job, live your life. 40, 50 years you've been working in a prison. I say that that's the Tim way of talking. I call it a prison. There's Rocco Tacos. You go there, you pay $5 for a fountain drink. Yeah, I know, everybody calls me cheap. I never paid $5 for a fountain drink in my life. But you're in this prison all your life to make, this paycheck, and you got to work to make your bills. And now you're coming to the final chapter of your life. You need to start enjoying yourself. I can't tell you how much fun I'm having. I'm just having a ball. And when I don't work all week, like this week until Saturday, I'm thinking, man, I need to, I got too much time in my hand. Why am I not having to report to somebody? I'm not even used to it yet. It's like so much free time. And I need to create some things to do. Of course, I can't go off and go too far for too long, because then I have to return and fulfill my obligation to do these side hustles that I have. But I'm working on some of that too, to make my leash, my ball and chain, a little longer, so I can go out a little longer. There's something I'm going to be doing soon, and you'll be the first to know. But I have options. And when I was working, I had one option. Every day, when the weekend was over, Monday through Friday, they talk about people with a case of the Mondays. They wake up, got to go to work, got to get in that traffic. The worst times of the day to drive, too, is when you work, the 8 to 5 job. Unless you got one of those jobs where you're not in traffic, good kudos to you. Otherwise, everything is an annoying thing of working. Who wouldn't want to be free and have money, though? Not have to work, but have money you need to live a life that's satisfactory. You do not need, folks, the biggest home, the biggest and most expensive car, 10 pairs of shoes, all these different clothes you never wear. There's only so many days in a week. You do not need to keep up with the Joneses. You do not need the latest lawnmower. All you need is what cuts grass, what covers your feet. Well, I beg to differ there. I bought a new pair of shoes the other day. I went up to the outlet mall in Palm Beach to save money. And I bought a pair of Nike running walking shoes. I walk, I run, I go to the gym. You don't get cheap on your feet. You don't go buy the $179 pair either. You don't need that. But I did spend close to $100 for my Nike shoes. I've tried Brooks, Asics, Nike, Adidas, all of them. I've tried them all. And I, for some reason, just keep coming back to Nike. I'm a 9.5 regular. I'm not a wide. I'm not a Bigfoot. I'm just a regular guy. And they're black. They go with everything, and I like them. So I bought them. And I'll wear them out in close to a year. And I'll have to get another pair because I'm active. And it's like tires on your car. They do wear out. I wash them. They look perfect on the top. But, the soles, they get wore out. Nothing lasts forever. Just like your body. You stay working till you're 67, and then you finally retire, and you got this bigger Social Security check, and then all of a sudden your attitude isn't even close to what it was at 62 when you had the option. You're like, I don't want to buy an RV now. I don't want to travel now. My back hurts now. I don't want to swing a golf club. I don't want to play golf. I'll just do nothing. Man, don't do that. Start doing this. Getting out of debt so you can quit at 62. You can't quit at 62 and have a mountain of debt. That's just a given. You could never quit if you have a mountain of debt. Get rid of that debt, sell everything you don't need, downsize. You know how to do it. You do you, I'll do me. So you do what you got to do. And when you're 62 and you only need this much money because you only have that many bills, you're golden. Get healthy. Have that mental attitude so that when you are debt free and you start drawing your Social Security, you still have youth. You still are ready to hit the road, do a road trip. You're still ready to go hike a trail at the Arches National Park and see those things. You're ready to go to the Grand Canyon or whatever it is you want to do. Go to the beach. But some people, because they work all the time, their body keeps breaking down. They just keep, just getting older. A lot happens between 62 and 67, especially if you don't work at it. And that's why I say even when you're retired 62, keep a little job going. Do what you choose to do though, not what you got to do to pay all these bills. I've never been happier in my life. I've been thinner when I was younger. I'm getting thinner. I've never been stronger. And I can go to the gym any hour of the day, when they're open, any day of the week, pretty much, unless I got a gig in those certain few hours, and work out. I got options. You don't have options when you're working. So when you get to be 62, you're like an airplane. You got that runway I talk about. You got less runway in front of you than you do behind you. You need to take off and fly and live and look around, get ideas, start enjoying, wax your car. And you don't need the newest car. You're not driving as much. Cars don't cost a lot to fix, folks. If you buy a pre-owned car, and they're going to come down in price too. If you buy yourself a pre-owned car, and you don't need a truck or whatever, and you just get like a nice Japanese car, these people on TV that want to sell you these extended warranties for $150 a month, and you haven't even broke down yet, that's the biggest ripoff I ever heard in my life. When I was in the car business, we used to sell these extended warranties that were $1,500. It was all profit for the dealer and a commission for the finance department. And every time you went in, it was like, oh, well, that isn't covered. We only cover what doesn't break, like the engine and transmission. And those are the parts of the car that generally don't break. What generally breaks is, brakes, tires, some kind of electrical thing, an alternator, generator. The air conditioning can go bad and it can be expensive, but hey, what's $1,500 on the outside, the most expensive? Put it on a credit card, whatever, make payments, than it is to spend, hundreds of dollars a month or up front for these warranties. Most likely it's not gonna break. Keep your maintenance up, do your oil changes. Cars generally don't have. If you're gonna buy a money pit, you're buying a Saab or some junk that you just know, or has all these bells and whistles, and it's very old, and it's just waiting for one thing after the other to start breaking. One thing shorts out, and don't buy one of those. Buy yourself. Just be smart. It takes you from point A to point B. That's all they do. I have this because I got it before the pandemic. I got it to pull my camper. I got it because it's going to last me the rest of my life. I got it because it has a good resale value, and I can take it anywhere I want, and it's going to bring me home. Do I really need this? Well, if I keep that camper, I do. If I ever sell the camper and get something else, I probably don't need it. And if it's still got good value, maybe I'll get a little Honda, Toyota, and get what I can back and put the money in the bank, or buy and sell some things that I've always done in my life. You can buy and sell on Facebook and make money as a side hustle. If you know that sewing machines are worth so much money and you see one you can buy for half of that, and you just happen to know that it's worth more than that, and you got a niche about sewing machines or beach chairs or whatever, people do it every day. They're buying people's stuff. People just want to sell. They don't even know what it's worth. They give it away. Then you can turn right around and sell it, a $5 item for $15. That's more than 100% profit. So, do that. That's the best return on your money, and that's tax-free, and that's a way to go. So, you got all kinds of ways you can make money, folks. Just get your Social Security at 62. You got to be out of debt first, and then live your life and start crushing it.